M.Reck TV.
Like my man from M.Reck TV, he got this thing called Spooky Hour, and I just listen to shit that used to make me laugh.
I think Canibus shouldn't have came that route for his career because it was never the same.
Man. Yeah, he felt some type of way too, where that probably could have been a phone call instead of like a jab. I guess.
Hold up. If old boy's feeling sensitive, that's him.
Yo, it's funny that you brought up House of Blues because, I used to DJ for X, and we had that conversation with Canibus about that time, and he warned Canibus before that sit down to leave L alone. He was like, "Yo, dog, I don't think that's good." Like he did tell him that, but Canibus was like you said. They gassed him. They told him to go for his crown. You could do this to him, and he was just gassed. Even Pun.
Yeah,
Pun was defending LL. Pun was like, "Yo, I don't want to do his voice, but he was like, yo, what kind of beef you got?" Like he wanted to know. Pun was taking it serious. Pun wasn't playing. So that's crazy. Yeah.
Well, first of all, respect both of those cats, man. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Pun, DMX,
dog.
Bro, much respect to them. When you're on top, a lot of times, or one of the top cats, even boxers, they want to fight the top cats. Yeah. You want to fight the top cats, you might be 2-0. This cat is 50-0-1, hypothetically, So you want to fight the top cat. You didn't even work your way up. So you're supposed to get to at least 19, 20 wins before you want to fight a champ.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's what happened with Canibus. He didn't even get his feet wet, and they gassed him like he was the new hot stuff. And that, I'll be honest with you, that to me was the starting the downfall of hip hop, because you have record company people and A&R people who don't know shit, and they were just gassing people up to do things and follow this pattern and do this. Come on, man. Instead of doing your own thing.
Let me piggyback off that, because Canibus.
Hold that. I just want to say one thing. Let me tell you something. In the 80s, 90s, if you didn't like LL, you had variety. You Public Enemy. If you didn't like the Public Enemy, you had the De La Soul, Jungle Brothers, and them. If you didn't like that, you had Rakim and Eric B and all that. You have variety. But now, and it started like this funnel where everybody, we need you to sound like this and sound like this. That's kind of messed up. I'm sorry, man, but I had to put that in there.
That's all good. That's what messed up hip hop. You're right.
Yeah.
I was saying this.
I agree,
because Canibus spoke recently, and he was saying like he didn't have no problem with him and LL clashing. You know what I'm saying? Because that's hip hop. But he's saying like him and LL could have made so much money off it if it would have been like more so like wrestling, WWE. You know how like wrestling, they got all the antics and everybody's in on it, so everybody can get a bag. Canibus is like, yo, we could have got a crazy bag off it if everybody was on that same page.
Well, L did. Hold
on. He did. I saw a bit of that interview. I saw a bit of that interview.
Okay.
But this is the problem I got. Canibus came from nowhere. Now all of a sudden he wants to use L as a stepping block. What about that? You come out of nowhere, seriously. And now you want to use LL as a stepping block, as your come up. L need him right there.
Yeah,
he needed L. Right. So I'm not knocking Canibus, but let's be realistic. Because if I was Canibus's manager at the time, and he was that hot, street hot.
Yeah, he was
Just
on
stay
fire.
Do a couple collabos. You know,
Yeah.
if I was just do some collabos, do a collabo with L. I mean, well, they did, but
that's what I'm saying. They did the 4-3-2-1 classic, and I think it was the line that bothered L. Something about taking the mic off his arm, and I think L wanted him to change it or something like that.
That's why L said,
yeah, it was. I don't even really remember that. I mean, I remember it. I don't remember what really transpired as far as why that was the topic. You know what I mean?
He said, "Tell Shorty with the big mouth."
I think Canibus. Yeah, but I think I think Canibus shouldn't have came that route for his career because it was never the same.
Yeah,
it was never the same. After
yeah, it got spooky. Shouts to L. Shouts to Canibus.
It actually hurt him more than anything.
Yeah,
you know,
but
he just built his way.
But here's one. I mean, he just dropped the album. Shout out to Canibus. He dropped a new album.
Oh, he dropped the album?
He got an album out right now.
Oh, salute.
Yeah, but then he spoke about the Hall of Fame thing where LL gave him a shout out at the Hall of Fame. So it was some things he said about that. He felt some type of way too, where that probably could have been a phone call instead of like a jab. I guess.
Yo, he shouted him out on the album cover, saying on that album.
Hold up. If old boy's feeling sensitive, that's him. Because if somebody shouts him out, no, I gotta be real.
Lucky
I'm too old for, I can't keep going and ducking and dodging some of this stuff. Okay. What is he mad at? Yo, shout out to Canibus, push from L, whatever he said, push me, whatever. I know L brought him on stage at something in New York a few years back. Dude, what do you want? I don't understand what he wants. I mean, he wants a phone call.
Yeah,
something like that.
He just said thank you, man.
Yeah,
I just don't have the patience for a lot of it. No.
Yo, Rec, why he didn't put that pressure on us? He didn't. I mean, him and X was cool, but X wasn't doing no song with him. Nobody else did. Redman, Method, none of them. So what's the LL like? What LL like you?
I mean, he did say from the rip he idolized LL.
Okay, you idolize me. I put you on a song. That's it.
That should have been peace.
Every time I do something, I gotta mention you.
Let me tell you something. Some real shit. He said L could have called him. That motherfucker L so goddamn busy, man. It's hard for him to call even me. I mean, if he gets a minute, he calls me. But he's so busy with a lot of food on his plate. Yo, man, that ain't just a.
I can imagine.
Oh, I'm gonna call you.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest with that.
I can imagine.
No, he got a lot.
I'm crazy busy, but I wear it well. But somebody like L, forget about it. You know what I'm saying?
You got TV shows, live shows, this in the park. You're promoting this. Come on, man. You were doing the lip sync thing, man. No, man. Now you're getting real sensitive, man. Because I'll be honest with you, he lucky he got that because in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, L didn't even finish his speech. He didn't finish his speech because it was so much. And he was like, yo, you can't thank everybody, man. There's not enough time. And those people they be rushing you off that stage, man.
Got you. So how did that speech go? Because I remember Canibus saying that L did shout him out during that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame speech.
Man, I don't even remember. Bro, I remember all I remember was L thanking his people, man. And I was worried because he was going to give me a little 15 seconds. So I'm worried, shivering and shaking like, okay, what am I going to say? I don't know what he said.
So what did you say?
I just said thank everybody, man. I don't have enough time. I just thank everybody. I love everybody.
Yeah.
What I'm going to say? I mean, I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. But my list is a minute, 2 minutes. But I just think everybody. I love everybody, and God bless, man.
No
Cut. That's
doubt.
why we
Hey.
created this show, because some MCs don't even shout out their DJs.
Nah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that so much, man. L's like my little brother. Even though we don't work together, man, it was still good. It felt good to perform with him and be on the stage and to be acknowledged. To be acknowledged was the best feeling. E-Love, Bobcat was supposed to be there. He declined. But it was just good to be with the fellas.
Like my man from M.Reck TV, he got this thing called Spooky Hour, and I just listen to shit that just make me laugh.
M.Reck TV.